China showed off the state of its military development during the first sea trials of the latest aircraft carrier, FUJIAN. China has a revolutionary development of these 9 countries, including the USA, UK, Russia, France, Spain, Italy, Japan, India, and China. That makes China a much-needed state above its rivals and sets the benchmark with no competitors. Type 003 aircraft carrier of FUJIAN, the 3rd one in China, is now ready and well-armed to dominate the waters, sending shivers down the spine of its competitors with this latest state-of-the-art technology. The current episode will disclose the 8-day trial run on the sea of China's 3rd aircraft carrier, FUJIAN, and what it means for its maritime powers. To a modern military, the ultimate weapon is an aircraft carrier. China's 3rd aircraft carrier, the FUJIAN, recently finished its maiden sea trial, marking a significant milestone in its naval power, and a further sign of Beijing's firming hand over the oceans. The People's Liberation Army Navy announced that the CNS FUJIAN concluded its inaugural voyage and returned to the shipyard in Shanghai, reported the Chinese state-owned newspaper, China Daily. It was only very recently, as tensions simmered in the South China Sea, that the sea trial of the FUJIAN took place amidst these heightened regional dynamics and raised some questions on how they affect the naval shift of power and its projection in the Asia-Pacific region. The South China Sea is of great strategic interest and territorial integrity for a strong naval presence, which is extremely important to firm up the country. The FUJIAN finally went to sea for its first trial to waters scheduled for navigation trials, sailing from the Shanghai Jiangnan shipyard. This development, reported by Chinese state media outlet The Paper on May 1st, demonstrates China's continuous efforts in improving its naval strength. How, you may well ask? After all, one is used to China's military sector being very secretive about advancements and technology. But this time, reports were coming from the industry itself. It creates the impression that the nation is going to make it clear, especially to its rivals, that it is playing in a serious league of preserving its territorial integrity. When geopolitical tensions are exacerbated, such moves are essential for showing power and development. You must also ask yourself how some of these technological breakthroughs on the FUJIAN, like the electromagnetic catapult system, rate against those on other carriers within the region. Let's look deeper into the technological characteristics of the FUJIAN. An electromagnetic catapult system is a significant breakthrough in that it allows for launching with far more efficiency and control than steam-driven catapults used on Soviet-designed carriers. It is claimed to mirror some of the features of the U.S. Navy's Gerald R. Ford-class carriers. It will improve the operational capability of the FUJIAN and deepen China's commitment to modernizing naval forces to compete with other major maritime powers in the region. As the FUJIAN underwent its sea trial, tensions simmered in the South China Sea, with confrontations between the Chinese Coast Guard and the Philippines Coast Guard near the Second Thomas Shoal. The joint Balikatan military exercises have also raised the regional dynamics between the United States and the Philippines. Within the maritime tensions, a sea trial of FUJIAN also raises many questions about China's strategic intentions and its effects on the regional power shift. The FUJIAN puts China in a much better and higher position than its rivals. The significance of the FUJIAN is that it will give a big technological boost, dwarfing the existing Soviet-designed aircraft carriers that China operates today. Packed with next-generation technologies, the FUJIAN epitomizes, perhaps better than any other single platform, China's breakneck push for military modernization under President Xi Jinping. You must be curious now about what kind of problems China might have with such a ship, considering its size and technological complexity in making this work smoothly during peacetime naval operations. Apart from that, the gigantic size of FUJIAN, which displaces approximately 88,000 tons, would perhaps demand new infrastructure in terms of ports and docking facilities. Furthermore, the high level of technology on board with electromagnetic catapult systems will call for intense training by sailors and maintainers equally. Synchronization of the carrier with accompanying vessels needs to be ensured without any friction, and the operational procedures are to be adapted for full utilization of FUJIAN's capabilities in China's naval fleet. This sets the context. President Xi has some very ambitious goals as regards military modernization. He wants this done for China to stamp its authority on Asia by 2027. The induction of FUJIAN is supposed to make all of this a reality. At the same time, the technological strides made by FUJIAN also present China's aspirations toward naval supremacy and consequently call to question its long-term intentions and likely reactions from other regional littoral states and global powers. Unlike the other two carriers, Liaoning and Shandong, which are fitted with steam catapults, the FUJIAN is equipped with an electromagnetic catapult, allowing advanced aircraft to take off with greater efficiency and frequency. That is significantly superior to the more rudimentary ski jump type that has been retrofitted onto China's first two carriers. The very fact of FUJIAN's construction, thus, is indicative of China's overall seriousness toward naval enhancement and advancing its force projection power throughout the neighboring region. The Shandong, now completing 9 sea trials in the year since it was commissioned in December 2019, again proves China's slow, meticulous naval development. FUJIAN's developments, together with China's increased naval power and presence in the region, continue to raise questions on issues of the future maritime war and the growing balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. For instance, how does the development of FUJIAN fit into China's broader geopolitical ambitions and strategic objectives in the Asia-Pacific region? As a critical element of modernizing the military, which Chinese President Xi Jinping is promoting, FUJIAN mirrors a determination to boost a significant influence and underpin its growing maritime capabilities. China wants to show, by reinforcing the ability to project power from its navy, its preparedness to dominate contested areas like the South China Sea and challenge the influence of competing powers while showing how ready it is to defend its interest in the region. An electromagnetic system powers the FUJIAN catapults also used on the U.S. Navy's new Ford-class carriers, signaling its leapfrogging steam-powered catapults of old. The FUJIAN, though, is 88,000 tons, slightly more significant than the last few hulls, but still smaller than the U.S. Navy Ford-class carriers of 100,000 tons. Unlike its American and French counterparts, the FUJIAN is conventionally powered instead of being outfitted with a nuclear propulsion plant, an advent supposedly scheduled for the Chinese People's Liberation Army navies following aircraft carriers. However, its bigger dimensions allow for a more significant air wing and enhanced operational capabilities. Designated as Type 003, FUJIAN was launched in June 2022 and has since undergone mooring tests at Jiangnan Shipyard in Shanghai on the mouth of the Yangtze River in Changxing Island, one of the critical centers for Chinese work in naval development. That is it. A lot in detail regarding the implications the 8-day maiden sea trial of China's third aircraft carrier, FUJIAN, may portend towards China's naval powers. And, well, that's a wrap. If you do have any topic in mind, be sure to comment below and we will cover that for you. Just subscribe so you never miss anything again.